This episode of Baby, This is Keke Palmer is sponsored by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. It's giving luxury, darlings. Now enjoy the show. In my eyes, I'm thinking, now, Kordell, I don't think this girl likes you. And then I'm like, Serena, you gonna keep my man leaving him on the dance floor? When that dance floor moment, Serena, I almost jumped through the screen. Because I was like, girl.
You want me to go cook you some dinner? Like, what the hell? What am I supposed to be doing? You just walked in here with my man.
That was the most Virgo thing ever because we would literally slam somebody to the cross and then be like, that's my man.
I mean, that's my boyfriend, guys. And I was like, get out of my room.
Today's guests are my absolute favorite reality TV couple of all time. You know them from Love Island Season 6, and they hit it off on the first day of the show. I mean, well, kind of. We're going to get into that because they had those amazing lime green outfits. Okay, they had some ups and downs, but ultimately made it through the whole thing and won the show. Serena Page and Kordell Beckham. Welcome, you guys. I told you, I'm so excited to have y'all on the show.
Keke, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to see
my
you.
My Virgo queen.
Oh my gosh, I was so sad that I wasn't going to be seeing you guys in person, but you look so beautiful.
Same. Keke, you want to know something? Me and you had a little Keke at the NAACP Awards, and this was before the show, and you didn't even
Oh my gosh. So we met?
Yes, we actually have a picture.
What?
Girl, I'm going to have to pull that up and place it right here like, bloop.
I got you.
You know, it's the Virgo energy. It's the Virgo energy, you know?
Exactly.
And you know, we still love Geminis, Kordell. I still got love for the air signs.
Yeah, I'm not getting the love here. Y'all attacking me right now.
Listen, it's the Virgo thing.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, I've been a fan of Love Island for a really long time. I mean, I watched the UK, then when it came to USA. So I was like, I've always loved the show, and I was very excited to see a couple like you guys on because I think it might have been the first time that I really felt like I related or I could see myself in a cast. So I want to ask you guys first before I get into, obviously, you guys just had some news where you became an official couple. So we got to clap and give y'all hands for that, for making it there. But I want to ask, how did y'all feel coming onto the show? Were y'all already fans? Were you guys kind of just doing it on a whim? Like, what was your introduction to Love Island and what made you want to come on?
I never watched the show.
Yeah, I was a Love Island UK watcher, like through and through. Like I watched maybe a few seasons of USA, but like UK was my jam. Like
absolutely,
I was on that, and then I was like always in a relationship. Like my last one was 5 years, so I was like I'll probably never, do something like this. And then I was single, and I'm like, I mean, I might as well apply. Like,
yes. And you, Kordell?
Well, yeah, I never watched the show. And when they reached out and they hit me, I was like, it's kind of same like her. I just got out the 5-year relationship, and shit, why not? I might find somebody in there.
I love how Love Island hops in people's DMs. That's kind of crazy to me. Like, they just like, yo, you want to come on the show? That's crazy. Right. So, I mean, you guys go on the show, and what was your feelings on that first day? Because everybody knows, like, one of the most scary parts about being on a show like this is the rejection or feeling like, damn, if I put myself out there, like, what's going to happen? And, I mean, that first day, Serena, you was, like, over there with 6'8". I know his name is Coy, but I just be calling him 6'8" sometimes. That's my name.
The name don't matter.
Yeah. So you went over there to 6'8". Obviously, Kordell, you were kind of trying to figure out, okay, who I'm going to link with. What were you feeling? Like, what I love, Kordell, is that you didn't seem affected. Like, even though it took a second for you to find your partner or your person, you had such a confidence. So I want to kind of know what was in your head and what made you so assured. And then how'd you feel, Serena, when Coy picked JaNa?
Yeah, I mean, I was chilling. I wasn't even tripping. I already knew.
Period.
What did you already know? Wait a minute. What is this? What did you already know?
He had the plan. He just needed the platform.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. You already knew, even at that point, that you liked Serena. Like, for sure, she who you had your eyes on.
So, boom, when we walking in, they sitting on the couch. We supposed to be doing our introductions and stuff, like our walk-ins. Me, I go see somebody in green, I start walking to her, and I start introducing myself
He
to
got in
her.
trouble. They was like, "You're not supposed to be over there yet." He walked in. He was like, "Hey, what's your name?"
I mean, I'm like, yeah, I
He's
said I
just coming
like
at you
her.
real, okay? He's being
Yeah.
I
real.
wasn't playing. I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And so for you, Serena, I mean, I hate the word your type or whatever like that, but it seems like obviously you were Kordell's type off top. But maybe was he not your type? Like, what was different about him than the other guys you dated in the past?
So he's actually my type. And I said I was going to go on the show and look for something different because my type wasn't
Ooh.
working in the past. So I was like, let me try something different. But no, I should just stick to my like.
Her type wasn't me.
Why you saying that, Kordell? Why are you saying that?
The
Because
drama.
I'll be honest, and I had this question for you, Serena, because as a Virgo, I feel like we can do this thing where we're just trying so hard to be just chill. We want to be just so chill, and you kind of said it on the show too. When we are really just, we don't want nobody to embarrass us, nobody to play us. And in the beginning half of the show, I'm thinking like, Serena, girl, I don't know which it is. Do you really not like this man? Are you just spooked? And then I started to think like, how much did the production leave out, right? Because obviously there's a lot of stuff being filmed. Do you think that they portrayed all of you guys' moments well, or were there other things that happened of you guys sharing intimate moments that we didn't get a chance to see?
There was a lot
Yeah,
y'all
there was
didn't
a lot
see.
of that.
There was a lot y'all didn't
So what was
see.
it? Because let me tell you this. In my eyes, I'm thinking, now, Kordell, I don't think this girl likes you. And then I'm like, Serena, you gonna keep my man leaving him on the dance floor? When that dance floor moment, Serena, I almost jumped through the screen because I was like, girl. I said, now this man has been patient. He has been kind. His homeboys try to tell him to leave you. He's standing 10 toes behind you. And when that dance floor moment happened, I almost damn near cried. I'm going to tell you. So, like, what made you do that? And what was happening up until that point that we didn't get to see? Like, it seemed like y'all had such a great bond of stuff, but we didn't know everything.
Yeah, so there was a lot that wasn't shown. And even like after the dance floor, like I was like freaking out and Kendall had to like calm me down because I'm like, what the heck? Like the last thing I wanted to do was like hurt it. Like I was like tweaking out and Kendall had to like calm me down. That also wasn't shown. But no, so like when the game was explained to us, like to ourselves,
Right.
it was like, oh, if you're open, stay on the dance floor. I mean, if you're open, walk off. If you're closed off, stay on. And like the only people basically that should be staying on is Kayla and Aaron. So I'm like, oh, me and him had a chat earlier that day, and he was like, oh, we're open. We're gonna stay open. So I'm like, okay, I'm not about to stay on this dance floor. And he walked off the dance floor because he the one who just said we were still gonna be open. So like, I'm gonna walk off. But no, I don't know I think he was told a little something different.
I mean, he very well could have been, because I do feel like the producers be playing a little game sometimes with you guys. I do feel like, I mean, it's a part of their job, I imagine, but obviously, ethically, it's a little bit, out of control. So what were you thinking, Kordell? Obviously, she had that in mind. And when you were going through the game, were you told the same thing? Like, what was your thought process and why you stayed on the dance floor?
Yeah, I think I
What? I'm like, what just happened? Spill the tea, Pooh. Spill the tea, Pooh.
It was I got something told a little different. It was a little different from mine. What I was told was, if you're happy, but y'all are still open, stay on the dance floor. If you're not happy and you wanna like find someone else, move off the dance floor. Unless I took it the wrong way, but I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No. And the happy was never, I was like, the last thing I want him to think is that I'm not happy with him. And they're like, oh, no, that's not it.
No, I love this because reality TV is a little bit like the Truman Show, where you guys are kind of like the Jim Carrey and everybody else is like performing and orchestrating things.
Mm.
So I think it's important that we know that, because I'm telling you, I was so trying to figure out, because I don't know, like when you guys are in bed and the cameras can't hear what you're saying, there's stuff that you guys are saying to each other. And so I imagine while you guys were kind of really dating the way I think that dating should be, like giving each other the individual, like the autonomy to go and see other things, but also still tending to a personal bond.
Mhm.
What you saying, Kordell?
Huh?
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm over here. I'm talking about she eating down, and I'm saying, did I say it right?
You did.
She eating down right now. I'm looking at it.
Thanks.
Both of y'all. So Serena, I want to know, Because I think all the girls want to know this too. Over the course of you getting to know Kordell, what was it that really made you start to like him? Because, there's that process where you're nervous, you're not sure about the guy. And then he's like being so like, hey, I'm here, that almost makes you more scared. You want to pull back. But what was the level of security that he offered? And at what time did you say, no, he really is somebody that's willing to do what I need to feel safe?
Yeah, so at first, I was like, "Oh, no, he's telling me what I need to hear." Men have traumatized me.
Yeah, no,
Like,
sure.
it's
Same.
automatic for me. I'm like, "Oh, he's lying." Like, you start off in jail, and then you gotta prove why you can get out. Like, so so I'm like, "Oh, no, he's telling me what I wanna hear." Obviously, like, he's fine as hell. So I'm like, I don't really know, like, if this is for real or, like, if he's playing.
For
And I'm like,
sure.
I won't get played. I can't get played. So I was like, I think Imma just step away. But he was extremely, like, patient and, like, considerate. Like, when I would tell him something, like, he would listen and he would, like, apply it like that. Like, it was just like, okay. And, like, he made me feel like literally, like, anybody could walk in the house and, like, his head wouldn't turn. I mean, we're gonna get to that because
Wait a
but
minute.
but it was probably right after the recoupling, like, when we became, like, back a thing again after, like,
Yeah,
me
after the
falling in love with
dance
him.
floor, when you had the pigtails and he had to
Yeah,
choose you that time.
yeah, yes. It was, like, after that was, like, the ring exchange. We exchanged rings after that, and it was this whole little moment. Take it away, Penny.
Tell me about the ring exchange, because we didn't get to see that, and I hated that because Kordell brought up he wearing the ring, and I'm like, when did he get the ring, and what was the ring? So tell me about that, T.
Yeah, so the ring, we exchanged rings while I chose to recouple up with her when Hannah got sent home. So as everybody's doing what we're doing, this is when we finally got back, and this is when we was really making this work. And I wanted to kind of like exchange rings as a way of showing something, that's a new journey for us, and we got like a piece of each other. And this is how we'll remember how it started. I mean, it started already, but how it really started.
Yeah.
I just really want to say, it was so sweet because I feel for Serena, and I know, it's tough when you've been hurt. It's tough for everybody when you're trying to open up and get into something new. So I definitely understood where she was coming from, even in the midst of all the things you were doing. But I also want to give you your props, Kordell, as a young man, because you really didn't fold. Obviously, we can get to the dire stuff. We're going to get to it. But what I mean is she really showed boundaries, and you really respected them. And it didn't change how you felt about her. And I just felt to myself, man, he must really come from a really good family. He really is like, you just have so much confidence. And obviously there's the thing where, hey, sometimes that's your person. Sometimes you just like somebody. But there's also the thing where that's just who you are as a person. And so I want to just know, like, what made you obviously it's because you liked her, but what was that in you when she kept putting up that wall, or when the guys were telling you to do this and do that, and you don't want to get played and blah, blah. What was that in you that made you say, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to keep choosing her? What was that?
Yeah, I like that. It's different. I like a woman that knows her worth and knows where she stands. So it does something to me. Makes me want to pursue it more. And then look
That's
at her.
important.
God damn.
That's important to pull out. No, seriously, Serena, because he really didn't stop. You know what I mean? He really didn't stop. And I kept thinking to myself, like, damn, what is going to happen? But I love what you said, because that's important to hear, especially for young women, for all women, that, you know what? Put your line in the sand. Draw your line. Be clear. If he ain't with it, he ain't with it. But if he is, he'll rise. And that's definitely what we saw with you guys. And I really love that. I really, really did. It takes the best to set new standards. The best don't play by the rules. They make their own and do it with confidence and class. I can't tell you how much easier it has gotten to color outside of the lines of my own life and career the more that I've done it. Sure, it can be challenging at first. I mean, everyone seems to have an opinion on how you're going to live your life. But the more practice you get marching to the beat of your own drum, well, you start realizing that your song can't and shouldn't be defined by any one genre. For all of you that are serving boss lady and lover girl at the same time, I see you. It's up to you to forge your own path, a belief BMW and I share. Now with BMW, it looks a lot more like being in the craftsmanship game for over 100 years, while also setting the standard for powerful sports cars industry worldwide. Talk about duality. And your regular old dashboard? Well, BMW decided it was too boring and reinvented what a dashboard should be. And this is just one example of BMW being at the forefront of automotive technology. The point is, BMW didn't need anyone's permission to change the game. They just did it, regardless of what the rules said. So don't play by the rules. Make your own. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Baby, this is Keke. I want to just go ahead straight into Casa Amor. We got to get into Casa Amor.
Get into
Because there was some devious vibes for me, just like everybody else, when we seen Kordell get into this bag with Daya. Because we had been seeing him with you. He'd been trying. Finally, you guys got to this point where you were like, you know what? No flip-flopping. I'm into you, Kordell. I like you. You like me. Let's ride off into the sunset with this. And that was great. But we had all seen what took him to get there. So when he get to Casa Amor, it's kind of like, yeah, what is going to happen with this Daya chick? So let's talk about that. You get to Casa Amor, Kordell. Daya, honey, she was quick, fast, in a hurry, okay? She was like, you my man, you my man, my man. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, no games.
It's playing no games.
So what was your thought process going in and seeing her have that reaction? Just take me through the steps, because I know we don't get to see everything. But was it an immediate connection, or was it just her persistence? Like, what led to the development of that?
I mean, we started having conversations. She seemed cool. It was like she was pursuing a lot more, and I guess that's what at the time I felt like I needed, or something like that. I just folded. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was kind of like she's cute, vibed out, and you just were like, hey, I'm having fun. Was there any element to it where you were kind of like, I don't want to put it like trying to get my lick back, because I don't really feel that vibe from you?
No, I don't do that.
Right, I don't feel that vibe from you, but was it kind of like, it was something easier, that kind of was coming to you, as opposed to how hard it was with Serena?
No, it wasn't hard with Serena at all. But I guess for her, yeah, maybe it was easy. It was like, I was trying to still explore the connections and see if there was something there, because I remember our very first conversation that we had was that we'll still, explore any possible connections, and we won't stop ourselves from finding it if it'll be better than what we have, and then we'll let each other know like what we want to do. So I think that's where I was going at it about, trying to see if there is a connection, and we started building a little connection. We started getting a little physical or whatever.
A little.
And
Girl, she was going in on that. That scene right there, she was not gonna. But that is so. When you did that, girl, that's me. I will watch something a million times. When you was over in that corner watching that video over and over again, you was like, you was getting every last detail. I said, yeah, that is so Virgo.
Baby taking
Yes.
notes.
when she was in the kitchen,
I mean,
if he think he gonna come back and swindle me,
that was the most Virgo thing ever, because we would literally slam somebody to the cross and then be like, that's my man. That is so...
Right? No, it's so...
Because not coming back and winning the show with him. Anyway, we'll get into all that. So the moment happened with Daya. One scene that I want to bring up is the moment that you had, I don't know if it was with Kendall or was it with Rob, but you guys were sitting on the couch. Who was
Kendall.
it? Kendall. You were with Kendall. Ooh, I know y'all was so tired of his ass. Anyway, you and Kendall were talking, and you were just saying you were so happy about, the connection you're having with Daya. What changed from how you were feeling there, from the connection that you and Daya, or Daya, I don't want to say her name wrong, but the connection that you and her had in the house in Casa Amor? What happened the moment that you walked out with her hand? Because you chose her. You did decide to walk out with her. You know what I mean? Maybe you were thinking Serena was exploring. I don't know, because she did explore sometimes. When Miguel came, she was like, hey, Miguel. She was exploring. So maybe you thought she was also exploring. So you decided to choose her. You came out hand in hand. And it was something that was so sweet there was like you had your head down a little bit, and then you know Daya was like, no, you know, so you was like, yeah, let me own my decision. What happened? You know, because you had that confidence to come out with her, and then you got a little shaken even before she opened her mouth. What was going through your mind then?
Yeah, I realized. I came to a realization.
Oof. Even in that
Yeah.
moment, just from seeing her face, boom.
Right then and there, I came to a realization.
And what was the realization? Take me to the mental dialogue.
I messed up. Because, yeah, okay, so me and Daya had a connection going on, but ours were more emotional and, you know, a little intimate, but mainly emotional, you know, here.
Because y'all took y'all time. Whoa.
Exactly.
No.
And all when I walked in, all of our memories just flooded my head of just us two together. And I couldn't even look at her. But I did look at her though. But at the time, I just couldn't even. I'm like, what did I just do? Because I was trying to. It was stupid.
Well, I mean, the thing is what this show does, what reality TV do, and like even when you're talking about just like there's no shade or no tea to production, but it's a part of the concept of the show where when they're isolating you. So here you are at Casa Amor, you're completely isolated, and you got the boys egging it on, you got the girls that's coming there with the mission. You got to get somebody to choose you. You got to get one of these guys to choose you and take you to the villa. So they're doing their big one, the production's doing their big one. Everybody want to get into some tea, so they're all egging stuff on, and you're isolated. You don't have, you know, you're not getting a real view of things. And so it's interesting how just immediately, that proves how strong y'all connection was. Because, I mean, a lot of people couldn't really survive that in that way with all that egging on. You know what I mean? But when you get out there and you see her face, even before she opens her mouth, all the memories flooded. And, you know, it's interesting. You made a mistake to bring her, but would you say it was a mistake to explore the connection at that time?
No. Because I tell you like this, if I didn't have that time that I had with Daya, I could have been a lot more respectful on it. But if I didn't, you know, do what I did and bring her back, we wouldn't have known how much we felt towards each other for real. I mean, we already knew, but like sometimes you can see it a lot more with certain situations.
So let's get into that everything speech that you did, Serena, because I just feel like I really relate to the strong thing, like of just being like first of all, your laughter. When somebody pisses me off, I maniacally laugh like a serial killer as well. I'm like,
No, everybody was scared.
They
was like, no, the Casa boys, they were all like, I'm kind of scared right now.
When you were walking off after you saw the clip talking about bitch, 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 I was like, that's how I would respond as well. To see my man doing all of this, oh,
In
sweetie.
4K on candid camera right in front of my eye to watch. No, I was like, this is crazy.
Girl. And so the speech that you had, mama, what were you thinking when you were reading him down like that? What was going through your mind?
I blacked out. As soon as I saw him, two figures, I blacked out. Like, I said, I know. And then, mind you, a lot was cut out. I was going in on him for a good 45 minutes. It had to be cut.
She was saying
He was getting tore up.
What was one of the good crazy things that she said that got cut out? You got to give us, what was one of the things?
You want me to or no?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, go
so
for it.
before I say this, when she said it, and me and Miguel locked eyes, when I tell you I had to look down, because if I would have laughed, she probably would have started throwing hands at me.
Yeah. So basically what I said was,
You gonna say it?
yeah.
You want me to?
I was like, no, okay, don't say the word. Go.
Don't say the B word?
Yeah, just go.
Say the B word?
No,
Don't say it.
Just say B word. Go.
You would be, my ex would be, and y'all might as well be twin sisters. That look.
Now she put the reverse on the Cardi B line.
I was like, he come with that for
like black out.
Don't even ass. I'm like, hold on, you look down.
You ate that. You ate that because that's the thing is like obviously it's no problem with crying and showing emotions. That's amazing. I mean, still when I guess what I'm saying is what I loved about it was, and you said something like this, you know, when you were shedding a few tears in the confessional, where you just said, you know, I don't want to give you that. You know what I mean? You did share emotion, but you protected the part that was most vulnerable, which is, I'm sad. You know, I'm sad. I'm hurt, but I'm sad about it. You kept that to yourself. You saved that place for you and your girls. You let them see that you were sad. But you showed your hurt to him in a really affirming way that I think was awesome to see, that we haven't really seen on these shows before. And I think that's why people really love you, Serena, and loved watching what happened with y'all, because you were, and I also think sometimes guys don't understand all them tears. I mean, I hate to say it, but sometimes it's like they don't even know how to respond to emotion in that way.
Right.
So the way that you were like, boom, 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 it like really helped everything. It really did. And I think it felt good for you to be able to articulate yourself in that moment, share your emotion, but also not give him too much to where you feel like, yet again, I'm falling into the arms of the person that's hurt me. You know what I mean? And that's the way that I'm healing through this. And so I really was proud of you and really happy with the way that you handled that. And then, I mean, you know, everything happened after that. At that point, you had to get to the point of forgiving Kordell. You know, Kordell had to get to the point of winning your trust back and explaining his experience. But then there was also everybody else that had something to do with it. I mean, how did you feel about the microaggressions from the guys when they were not really being supportive and, again, trying to push him into the direction of not really respecting your wishes?
You know, I really wish they showed me sticking up for her in those situations. They ain't showed that.
Yeah, I
Really?
was pissed. Like, I literally was like, all the boys line up right here. I'm just about to go down the line. It's not everybody, because literally, I'm like, it's okay when Kaylor can scream crazy, Liv can scream crazy, but when Serena does it, it's immature. It's not how you want your wife to behave. It's childish.
That wife to behave was crazy, because what is y'all talking about?
Behave is insane.
And once that was said, I told them, like,
He said yes. Yes, it is.
yeah, I did. No, I'm just playing. Nah, no, I told him, like, you saying that, you can't put that into perspective, because if you have a wife, right, y'all have this one argument, which y'all gonna file for divorce and call it a quits because of that. That's not how it works. If you married this woman, y'all gonna sit down, y'all gonna talk, and y'all gonna make this shit work. And that's just life.
That is true, and that is what it is with relationships. There is no, I hate the concept of settling, because it makes everybody think that, like, that settling is a bad word, and there's like a stigma attached to it. But, like, yeah, you're gonna have to settle into something with someone. Everybody's gonna be fun and perfect in the beginning. Everything's always gonna be roses. But then at some point, you're gonna really know each other. And that means you're gonna get tired of each other. You're gonna be mad at each other. You guys are gonna get into it. Things aren't gonna be good. But at the end of the day, this is the person you chose. So you need to figure out how to work through it, how to get through it. And I love that you bring that up, Kordell, because I know there's a bit of an age difference between you guys. And that was something, Serena, that made you kind of like, I don't know, he might be too young. But I do think that you showed a lot of emotional maturity and leadership, Kordell, as it pertained to your emotions. You seem to have a lot of emotional intelligence from what I saw displayed. He maybe even was kicking you some games, Serena, which I thought was amazing. Even though you were like, wait a minute, he still was actually showing and offering things that maybe you didn't even realize. What did you learn about yourself from this relationship? What did it bring attention to you in you, Serena, going through this, from your misconceptions in the beginning to kind of what developed?
Yeah. Definitely that, like, it's okay to be maybe like a little bit more open or a little like softer in the beginning. Like, when getting to know, give people grace. Don't judge a book by its cover. Heart coming from a Virgo, but I'm working on it.
Same, boo. Same.
Like, I heard those few things. I'm like 3 years younger. That's a tough one. I'm like, I don't know. Because, like, a lot of men his age, I remember myself at 21, because he turned 22 in the villa. So I remember myself at 21, 22. Like, I didn't have that much emotional intelligence. Like, I can admit that. So I just wasn't expecting that. So definitely, like, give grace and maybe a little less judgmental.
Yeah. No, I love that. But that's what love is supposed to do. I mean, I'm not to be to put that on y'all, if y'all are saying that yet. But, I think love does do that. It allows you to see yourself differently. And I remember I would ask my dad, like, how do you know with somebody? Because, like you're saying, every guy can say some good stuff. You know what I mean? That they'll say all the right things, or every girl will say the right things, whatever it is. And my dad would say, when they bring out something different in you, You know, if you're an anxious person and you find yourself calm, or if you're a guarded person and you find yourself opening up, if that person brings out the better in you, then that's how you know. And you can always work from that. So I think it was cool the way we just saw you guys grow into that. And even through the ups and downs, you guys came out on the other side of it. So when you finally did forgive him, Serena, you know, why did you do it?
You know, I spazzed on him a little bit on the dock, okay? And so the way he handled me going off on him again was like, okay, I can tell he actually does really like me. And yeah, it showed me a lot. And like, he told me every little thing that happened in Casa, like down to his comments, down to every little thing. It was hard to hear. And like, it kind of like made me sick a little bit. Like I was very sad. But once movie night came and anything that came on the screen, I wasn't surprised. However, there was others that was lying.
Yeah, because why did he tell Kayla they pecked? Why did Aaron say that they pecked? You know, that was so weird. When that happened, I was like, no, it did not. He was literally making out with that girl. That was crazy. And the homie hop, no disrespect, but you coming in that, what was y'all think? What were you thinking? I mean, no shade, no tea, but your homeboy was just leg locked in the bed with Daniella. And now she over here with your best friend Rob in the house. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, I get it, but what was y'all thinking about that?
Yeah, when they first walked in, I was like, I know that's not who I think it is. Like, we all was like, I know that's not who I think it is. And then we're just sitting there, we're like, what the hell is going on in the house? Like, what was going on over there? But I don't think Rob knew the extent of Aaron and Daniela either. Yeah, I do really like Daniela. I do think
Kordell, wait a minute, Kordell. You so y'all was all in the house of Casa Amor. You're telling me that somehow Rob missed the way that Aaron and Daniela was all up in each other's face like that?
Okay, so Daniella and Rob was already talking first. So they was already building this connection, but then, her and Aaron started talking because, everybody's trying to explore. And then she started, you know, picking it up with Aaron a lot more, right? So then Rob was just doing what he's doing, exploring his connections, while Aaron and Daniela are doing what they're doing. So Rob missed out on a few of these things that happened between the two of them, because when movie night happened, it was a lot of things that he didn't even know. And he went and he talked to her about it as well, because nobody knew. You know what I mean? Like, they had their thing going on. Everybody was doing something. So, I mean, I was peeping everything, but everybody had their thing
Yeah, everybody
going.
was in their own world, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And just a quick ask on that. So, speaking of everybody being in their own world, obviously the villa is big. You guys have the infamous soul ties, all these different corners and creeks where you can go have a chat. So, how much of it are you guys seeing the way that we're seeing it? Because obviously we feel like you guys are all integrated, but can you really kind of be in your own world in the villa, like the way that it is?
I'll be in my own world all the time in there.
Yeah, he be in his own world even outside the villa. But
air signs, girl. They loved being in the air.
No, love it. Love it. But yes, you can kind of like be in your own thing. There's stuff that can happen that you can't see. However, me and PPG, we nosy. So
wait a minute.
We would be following people and listening, watching.
So PPG, I gotta get into them. We gotta get into the tea of outside shit that was going on in the villa. So I love PPG. I love y'all down. I love JaNa. She gives me life. She's like a little Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Leah, she gives me life because she was serving it up too. Y'all not afraid to hold, y'all don't hold back on none of these dudes. But, and this is the thing, like, I like Liv. I liked her even more as the season went on, but I'm trying to figure out, why did she do what she did to Leah? When it came to the Rob situation, that threw me for a loop, because it was not, I mean, I had myself thinking, I felt gaslit. Because I'm like, I'm watching the show. I don't remember Leah coming up there saying, get her ass out. Get Andrea out. Like, the way that she was describing it, why did she do that? And when I seen you guys get together and talk about it, y'all gave her such an easy out with that and was like, yeah, girl, all love, boo. But it's like, no, babe, you tried to play me in front of this man that dogged me out. What was that about?
Yeah. See, we didn't know that Liv and Kaylor had that conversation with Rob and that they said she swayed it. We thought one of the men said she swayed it. So when we had that conversation all together, we're under the impression that they were confused just like we were. So it wasn't until movie night that we saw the conversation between Liv, Kaylor, and Rob. And that's why Leah and Liv got into it at movie night. Because Leah was like, oh, you were the one who said I swayed it when you know I didn't. But Liv did end up taking accountability and apologizing and being like, I was wrong for saying that. Like, she let Aaron and Rob get in her head, basically. And
Did they
she
not
shouldn't
show
have.
that?
No, I think they just showed the ring.
No, they Liv never took accountability. The way they gaslit this Leah, I really hated it. Because she...
Accountability.
Well, she took it after movie night.
No, but anything that happened with her afterwards, she'll write back afterwards, backtrack.
No, Liv was like pretty good on taking accountability.
Especially as the season went on, I really started to like her more. But that I might have just breezed by a little bit on that part. Mm-hmm. But I really was just taken aback because I'm like, I don't remember Leah doing that. And I hated seeing her cry like that and go through all that stuff with Rob. It really just tore me up because I'm like, she seemed like such a sweet girl.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Here we are in the last few weeks of proper summer. The sun is sunning, the days are long, and that means that I'm looking for anything to distract me from the oppressive heat. That's where Audible comes in. This month, I needed a story that would whisk me away. I'm talking full-on immersion, you know? I ended up listening to Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, the first in the recently completed Legacy of Orisha series. It is a gorgeous West African-inspired high fantasy novel that has strong female leads, compelling drama, and exhilarating action. Y'all should absolutely check it out. It follows Zayli, a young woman who remembers when the soil of Orisha hummed with magic. At the orders of a vicious king, the Magi, aka magic wielders, were slaughtered, and in one fell swoop, Zayli loses her mother and an entire country loses their hope. Whether you're into stories that sweep you off your feet, motivational messages to get you hype, or straight-up expert advice to level up your life, Audible's got it all. And the best part? You get to pick one title a month to keep forever. But that's not even the half of it, boo. You can listen to Audible anytime, anywhere. Trust me on this one. From the car to the plane and straight to the hotel, Audible is right there with you, keeping you inspired and entertained without having to carve out extra time. It's a total game changer. So, what are you waiting for? Baby, get your life and get Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/Keke or text Keke to 500-500. That's audible.com/KEKE or text KEKE to 500-500. When you think of Caribbean vacations, you probably think about all-inclusive resorts and the standard islands, the Bahamas, Jamaica, DR, and those are wonderful, honey. But let me put you on to some real tea on vacations. Turks and Caicos in a luxurious Airbnb is where it's at. Okay, here's what I mean. A few years ago, myself and a couple of friends booked this breathtaking beachfront property in Turks and Caicos. We were there for all the things. Good old-fashioned rest and relaxation, a little tropical partying, and for the type of trip where everything is a celebration. You know that the environment, the vibes, if you will, can really make or break the memories you're trying to create. We were truly blessed by having both a gorgeous location and an amazing superhost. Like, yes, thank you, Superhost. I did not know how to turn on the jacuzzi, and that is a very important part of my stay. And let me tell you, we took immediate advantage of that newly turned on hot tub and jacuzzi the night away. With guest favorites on Airbnb, you can look forward to your own magical experiences. Guest favorites are a collection of the most loved homes on Airbnb, so you can take the guesswork out of finding trustworthy accommodations no matter where you are. Go see for yourself. Book a guest favorites on Airbnb for your next vacay. Somebody else I want to talk about is Kendall. obviously he has a lot of mixed feelings from the cast, from the fans, and I'm curious of what his energy was like in the house. Is it what we saw? Was he really a genuine friend to y'all? Was he being messy? Was he just kind of just always just going with the wind and the flow of the vibe? Like, what's the real, tea on that?
I think he was a genuine friend to Kordell.
Yeah, he was genuine, and he was always going with the flow and the vibe, but he was very genuine for sure. And
To
That's what I
Kordell.
thought.
Yeah.
I do think he was about his homeboys, for sure. He was
Yeah,
he's a
you know when
guy's
they
guy,
say
for
your
sure.
man's friend is not your friend?
Yeah.
That it's kind of like that situation. Like, he's genuine to like who he's like loyal to, and that was Kordell. I mean, that's fine. The only reason I was hurt was because I thought me and him were like close like that too. But no, he's genuine. He's just as fun and outgoing as he looks. And
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
And he is messy, but
He was into that tea with y'all. I
he
live for that.
loved the tea.
He loved
loved
the
the
tea.
tea.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me think before I have to go to this game. Is there anything else that I want to ask you guys? Because this is just too good. I feel like I just never get enough time. Oh, how is life now after the villa? What is the differences that you guys have seen in your relationship from not being in that kind of pressure cooker of a situation?
Yes, I think what's important to both of us is us having our own lives outside of each other, especially like the past 6 weeks we were cooped up under each other 24/7. So just like, doing things like with our friends or like without each other is extremely important. I don't know if everybody else is liking that. They swear we broke up.
Yeah,
We don't post together for one day,
read
and
a
they're like,
PSA.
"Oh my God, I knew she didn't like him." Dang, I can't do nothing by myself.
Look, I'm over here. They had me messed up when I seen it. I'm
Yeah.
over here. I'm turned into some Twitter fingers, and then I just made a whole video of me like telling y'all got me bent and this and that. Like,
Do y'all live in the same city or y'all visit each? Where do y'all live?
so
I
she
live
stay
in
LA.
LA.
I stay in Texas.
Yeah.
I went down to Dallas, and I spent some time out there, seeing some of the family. Then I flew out and I helped her move in.
Yeah, I moved into a new place,
Yeah, I
and
helped her
then
move in. We
he
spent some
flew.
time
He
together.
was there for like a week and a half. He got a one way.
Do you
And then
want
we came here
me?
together.
Do you
Mhm.
wanna love me like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much you guys are
That
just
was
living
the
your
first
life.
time they showed. They only showed our handshake 2 times.
Yeah,
We
they
did
only
it.
showed it they showed it a few just like
Yeah,
once or
y'all
twice.
missed the
Yeah.
Caribbean moment.
But I seen it. I seen y'all go in.
Yeah, and he's moving to LA.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
Yes. I'm really, really, really happy for you guys. I really
Thank
am.
you.
Love finding your person. It really is something that's so special. It was really awesome to see you guys do it. So no matter what, in the public eye, obviously people are going to always try to come at your relationship. But I feel like you guys do a really good job, as you did on the show, not letting outside voices interfere. Both of you guys have your own mind, and how y'all have reacted and responded to each other in that situation. I think it's just so amazing to see. So I'm very happy for you all, this union.
Thank you. I
You're
love
welcome.
you, Keke.
I love you. Now, when it comes to love and reality TV, we've seen it all, from getting hitched in 90 days to blind dating in a pod and even finding romance on a little island getaway. But for all the reasons we discussed, this season of Love Island just hit different, y'all. And this point in the show, we usually play a game. But instead of a game, I want to take it to my fellow fans of the season of Love Island. I went out to my fans on Twitter, or X, and asked them what they wanted me to ask you. So here we go. I'm very excited for this.
Do it.
Okay, so Manning Eli asked, why did Kordell think it was okay to be super intimate with Daya and Casa Amor when Serena had just told him how she felt? I mean, you kind of answered that already. If you have anything more to say on it, you can.
I mean, I'm a natural like physical person as well. So I mean, I still had no business doing that. Definitely could have been more respectful, specifically because of what we talked about. They probably didn't even show that. We had a whole conversation before we even found out we was going to Casa. We was sitting in soul ties talking, or I want to say probably like almost 2 to 3 hours about how we feel towards each other and where we stand with each other. So when I went in there and I did that, yeah, I was like, what am I doing? Yeah, I didn't think it was okay. I still don't
But
think it was okay.
again, what I want to just point out with that is that people make mistakes. And you're not going to be with somebody for whether it's a year, 2 months, 5 years, 10 years, and they're never going to do anything that doesn't hurt you. I'm not saying it's always going to be kissing somebody else. It could be anything. You know what I mean? They could embarrass you in whatever kind of way. And what I do like is that even with Serena, how you were so you still gave him a chance. People got to learn to forgive. You know what I mean? Especially when somebody deserves it. We're human beings. We're going to mess up. So I did love that, like, the one person that people would have never thought would have forgave, you forgave. And it was beautiful to see how it turned out. So it's like, we make mistakes. You owned it, and let's move on. Minaj with Monty asked, were there any memorable things that happened that were ultimately deleted that you wish made it into the season?
I did his hair multiple times, like starting from when he first came in. Because
the hair was laid. And I kept thinking to myself, who redid those braids? Because he was like ASAP in the beginning. And then he turned into like fresh.
Yeah, it was me. I redid the braids. I got them right.
She did.
And I was the hairstylist in the villa. I did everybody's hair.
Period.
But specifically him. So those moments, the ring exchange, and the conversation that we had before Casa.
It would have been nice to see that culture on TV like that. I would have loved to see a little bit of hair braided moment. That would have been good.
Being more like intimate too.
Yeah, like we was having a time. Like we would be wrestling. We would be we were like like
we'd be
big ass kids sometimes never like running or like flipping around.
And trying to do like new moves and dances and all this stuff. Like,
I hate that they didn't show that because it did seem like in the beginning, like, damn, I think it would have let people know why, Kordell, you were also still engaged. Because despite what she was saying, you could see in her action that she was feeling your boy. But because we didn't see those moments, it seemed like, damn, this motherfucker strong as hell. She keep telling him, no, like she Destiny Child. But he really still into it. And so I think if we saw those intimate moments, it would have helped a little bit. But I guess obviously they have a narrative and they wanted to do a build up. And so, it is what it is. Here's the next question. Two Strong Hands asked Kordell, had Serena moved like you did in Casa Amor, and had he been the person, I don't know, okay, pretty much if y'all switch places, would you have taken her back?
Yeah, most likely, for sure.
I feel like the answer would be yes, because even when Miguel came in there and she was about to chop off Janae's head from interrupting them, I'm like Kordell, he knows and understands, because I'm like, I was wondering when that moment happened with Miguel and when she was kind of interested in Miguel, how you felt about that, but I guess you guys probably talked about it.
Yeah,
we were also friends at that point.
Yeah, we was
like we hadn't even gotten back.
Yeah, and I couldn't speak on it, so at the time it's like she trying to see if there's something else there. Go through.
So the whole him and Nicole that happened when we were friends, and the meme that happened like before we was like, okay, we're about to seriously get into this.
Right. Okay, Astral R asked, this is an interesting question. Who did y'all's laundry? That's a very random one.
Oh yeah,
I think we had a team for it.
We had a team for it. Yeah.
So like it would be like certain days for laundry. I think it was like once a week, and then they would wash it and they would bring it back.
Period. At Peace Love Ray asked, was there anything you learned about each other after the show? And are there any misconceptions that you want to clarify?
The misconception that I want to clarify is that people swore up and down nobody wanted me in that villa besides Kordell. Let's get into
come on, clock it.
Multiple people. Yeah, let's clock it. Your girl was wanted by others. Multiple men in Casa. Kane himself was making me breakfast, asking JaNa how he can get with me. Jacoby pulled me for a chat first, and I told him I was interested in Kordell. Like it was multiple times that, Nigel, y'all saw the date with Nigel. Yeah, they was like, oh, the only reason she with him is because nobody else in there wanted her.
Come on,
don't play with me.
Y'all see this?
That's important. That's very important, though. And I feel like that's so annoying that they didn't show that on the show, because I do think people were thinking in their mind, well, come on, what's going on? And what would it be like if somebody either actively, is coming after both of you? So that's interesting that that's something that they didn't put in, because, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, some of the Casa boys have gone live being like, no, like, 3 of us tried to talk to her, and each time she was like ice cold. She was like, "No, I'm good on it." Like, or like I kept bringing up Kordell in the conversation, and they were like, I can't." Like, it was, yeah.
You're such a Virgo. Honey, when we're locked in, we're in a jail cell.
Like,
okay? Can't nobody get through.
Literally.
I love that. I love that so much. You know, a lot of what you guys are speaking to is kind of, like I said, that Truman Show aspect of reality TV, where they're creating a narrative. They're pulling y'all strings, and then the audience is taking in what they're seeing. We're getting our strings pulled because they're only showing what they want to show. Would you ever do a reality TV show again based off of what you learned from being on this one?
No.
Not about no love.
Not no dating show.
If it's like, yeah, why would I even be?
Not a dating
not about no
show.
love.
It's reality.
Yeah. The way I had to talk about my feelings 24/7 was driving me up a wall. I was like, I got to see her talk about my feelings all day. I don't know.
They had my girl Kayla like this. That was messed up. She was like, "Oh, you said, and I knew." That was like, that's tough. That is tough to keep on getting your emotions probed. Like, God.
Yeah.
Okay, KC Love 50 asks, is it true production made y'all do push-ups every time y'all said the N-word?
No,
what
not
is
production.
this?
Not production. That was something between us.
That was just, between us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in order for us to stop saying it.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Was it like a thing, or was it y'all being like, we don't want to do that on this show? Like, where was it coming from?
You know, because, like, at the end of the day, you know, when you get around your people, you know,
of course,
it's like, you know what I'm saying? We here. But you don't want to have it just out there blurting this and that.
Y'all parents got to be so proud of y'all, because y'all just thinking about everything. I love that. You know what I mean? That's just so, I live for it all. I live for my young, black, beautiful people. Yes. Oh, I just love it. Okay, Keish Barb asked, have y'all rewatched the show, and did y'all get in your feelings or mad? Well, you mentioned you didn't watch it, Serena. Did you watch it?
Okay.
Kordell?
I watched like 80% of Casa, and while he was at my house, and I was like, get out of my room. I was like, I can't. I was like,
hovering
no.
Up.
I was like,
she was gonna strangle my ass or something.
I was like, you know what? Let me just go to sleep. I was like, let's just go to sleep. I'll be over when I wake up. And then I was.
Yeah.
Ciao. Oh my gosh. That must have been so crazy.
In the morning.
What did you think, Kordell? I mean, when you were watching it, you know, anything came to your mind? Or what was the tea y'all was thinking when y'all was seeing everybody else's storylines played out? Anything there that caught y'all eye where y'all was like, oh, damn, let me text so-and-so real quick, see if they good?
Yeah, I haven't watched it still yet.
Yeah, he didn't watch anything, I don't think.
I just be seeing clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah, just clips.
I
think what made me the most sick was like hearing how like some of the guys were talking about me. Like guys that like I thought were like my close friends. So like I was just like, dang, like I don't remember, you know what I'm saying, like this one already else. Like, what's beef? Like, but I will say like I do feel like my personality can like intimidate some men, and they're not used to women acting the way that I act. So like I get it, but watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch your mouth. Yeah, watch your mouth. I'm not mad at watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has shades to them. You're nuanced. We're all nuanced people. So just because you kind of aren't, you know, you got your clear boundaries, don't mean you don't know how to have fun. You're not a loving person too, you know. But you know, there's that editing, that reality TV editing. But yeah. So this name I can't pronounce asked, have you dropped the L-bomb yet? Sorry, we're in your business. We're in your business. You know, tell us what you'd like to tell us.
Not yet.
No, we haven't actually.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever been in love in life yet?
I have.
We were both in 5-year relationships.
You
like
can't be in
right before this, we
without
both
being
were,
in love now.
So what do y'all feel about each other at this point? What is y'all's feelings? As much as you're willing to say, you know what I'm saying? Don't let me get too deep if y'all don't.
It's my girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's my boyfriend, guys. So I think we're having a lot of fun. Like, we have a lot of stuff planned, and like once like all this kind of like is a little more quiet. We definitely are gonna go to Japan. Yeah, we're gonna be
Takashi
traveling.
wa
We're gonna have a time.
stop.
I want a friend to take care of her.
You said what, Kordell?
I'm gonna take care of her. Like, I'm fucking with her so heavy. Y'all don't even know.
Yes! I just love the 10 toes down vibe.
Yes.
And Serena just be like... Okay, here's another question. I Heart Erica asked, how are you caring for yourselves post-show? Well, this is important. I want to actually broaden that one out because you guys just had the reunion. And this episode, that we're doing here is going to show after the reunion. So what transpired? Because I seen Liv talking about she getting ready to be able to pop. I seen Daniella talking about some deep stuff. Like, what went down? Because I thought it was Love Island, but it's giving like Love and Hip Hop or Zeus. So what really went down?
It really wasn't that ghetto. Like, It wasn't that. Nobody threw hands. I honestly don't know why all the gossip people are acting like they were traumatized. It beats me. I'm like, oh, we're victims now. But yeah,
But they was talking so bad. They was talking so bad about y'all. That was crazy. They were like, those are the girls that you guys are talking to. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that whole
like,
vibe?
Oh, I'm glad America see what we see. Like, they're like toxic, not girls. Like, they're saying all this stuff. And it's like, just because like y'all were addressed. And not even like in a bad way. Like, now all of a sudden it's like, I really don't know what all that's about.
How was it in the house with them for real? Like, what the production kind of forced y'all to be cool? Was it really cool? Like, because at first you was like, I ain't talking to them hoes. You know what I mean? Like, how did it get? You ate that. She said, Aaron was trying to get you to tell you, like, I ain't talking to them hoes. Period. Because who the hell are they?
You want me to go cook you some dinner? Like, what the hell? What am I supposed to be doing? You just walked in here with my man.
Girl!
So we weren't cool for like a day, and then like we did have to have a sit down and like hash it out because like they were like very upset at how we were acting, and their feelings were really, really hurt because we weren't being like quote unquote nice enough to them. So
anything that gagged y'all crazy at the reunion and you were most surprised by that happened, or something that was called out? One from each of you.
Taylor stood on business. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dog.
All I'm gonna say is Taylor stood on business, baby.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, y'all gonna be proud of your girl.
10 toes down.
Oh my gosh. That surprised you too, Kordell? Or was there another
Not
moment?
one tear.
I was just gonna say, man, she ain't.
Not a single.
No fuck, Aaron.
Not a single tear, baby.
She went straight in it.
She wasn't playing.
I'm like, all right, I see you, Kayla. Where'd that come from?
Because Mama watched the tape back. And she seen.
She probably watched it.
Probably watched it multiple times.
Yeah. Oh, somebody had some notes and shit too.
Oh yeah, they were like, "Oh, you said this at episode 4,
2 minutes,
3 minutes and 23 seconds."
Leah?
Yeah,
was
like
no, it was JaNa, baby.
Period. Now wait a minute.
Yeah,
JaNa was getting. Wait a minute. JaNa was getting into it with Kenny. Who was she getting into it with?
Oh no, nobody. She was just like being like, "Yeah, let's talk about this at episode 3, 2 minutes." Like PPG kept it cute, kept it classy, very mindful, very demure.
Oh my gosh, very demure, very mindful,
very mindful.
If someone would say something, she will be like, no, because on this episode here, you said this at this time right here. That was that.
Yeah,
she ate that one thing.
She cold.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I could talk to y'all for hours. Shout out to my girl, Kenya. She does my makeup, Base Ken, honey. She loves you. She loved the season, so I just want to make sure I shouted her out. But I'm happy for you guys. Yay, I'm happy for you guys. Keep being beautiful and amazing. And I can't wait to meet you in person, Kordell, because I done already met Serena, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, move over. My turn. Keke, hey, what's up?
You guys are beautiful. So nice to meet you, and thank you for coming on the show.
You too. Love you so much.
Love you. I absolutely absolutely adore Serena and Kordell. They seem like such a cute couple, and they really complement each other in the sweetest way. I feel very hopeful for their relationship, and I just know it's going to blossom even more off camera. That's it for the day, but I'll see you next week because you know it's your girl.
Baby, this is